everybody, it's Talking Time with Caffeine, Season 6, Episode 78, Hashtag Alone Again. I'm, for myself, once again, MarioTube, I guess, is hopefully uploading the last of my Phoenix Wright videos for now. I was hoping Stick would be here, but he doesn't feel like it. So, how y'all doing? Pioneer episode again. I have two topics to talk about today. But first, gotta do some chat testing. Alright. That works awesome. YouTube is going great. Let's try Twitch. Hey MarioTube, awesome. You do that. Keep working. And I'll have more projects for you soon. I have an idea that can help. I came up with an idea for uploading projects for once a week. For now, if you can keep up with the once a week thing, I think if you keep up at least once a week and uploading videos, at least. And if you do more, it'd be awesome. But at least once a week, we can keep up. We can keep this partnership going. If you can do once a week, at least. More would be preferably, but once a week, at least once a week, one video a week. We can keep this business going. One more chat test to go. Right. Yeah, MarioTube's uploading it, so can't be here today. Snick, he's not feeling. I guess he's not feeling well. I guess, so he's not here either. Yeah, I've got bored watching YouTube video too. No, not bored. I had nothing else to do while I was waiting for you. But I'm glad you're back in the game again. Awesome. There is. Alright. Chat test. Alright. Yes! All 3 chat tests work awesome. And finally, the 4th one. Chat. Awesome. Probably after this page, well, like I said, I have a new plan for 1-week video, smaller content, so less content to edit, so it won't take as long to edit. And if you do it once a week, I can afford you some more until I get more money again. But like I said, I have a plan. As I make these videos, I'll give them to you. See what we can do with them. If you want to drop your rates, then I can afford you some more. If you want to drop your rates, I can afford you then. But hopefully, my new plan will work like a charm. But anyways, it's time to our first topic today. Alright. Today, someone's a jailbird. Bam! Alright. So this guy is arrested. And he's going to jail for a while. Wow. You spent more hours on YouTube than I've worked in the last week. Yes. I've worked less than you've been on YouTube. But anyways. Famous actor is in prison now. Shh. 30 years ago, I did not see this coming. Yeah. What? Unless you meant the work thing. Well, yeah. Alright. I don't have to say about this. I don't really talk about myself much. Just I'm glad the people I guess I'm glad the people he got justice. I think okay. I know it's hard talking about myself sometimes. But anyways, I don't. Finally, Snick's talking. Alright. Yeah. It is. I said 3 years ago when I was a kid watching this show. I wasn't a kid in the show. That you never think about these things. People like this that give the SJWs ammunition to protect the rest of us. Not. Alright. Yeah. I only share these videos when I'm talking. No one talking. So I still wait on Snick to show up and chat. Right, move on. Next topic. I guess. I don't know. Oh, can't wait for him forever. Time to move on. Keep it going. I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting around for people. So time to move on forward. Next topic. Screw Bill Cosby. He was funny in the day, but got what he deserved for doing what he did. Alright. Whoa. Plot twist indeed. Hey, hey, hey!
Okay, that was weird. I thought for some reason Skype decided, oh, let's just cancel that call for some fucked reason.
I'll see if my Skype works today.
Yeah, clearly you need another person in here this time, because things are not moving along like I thought they would have been.
Yeah.
You're lucky I even got in the fucking stream. This probably would have ended early if I didn't come in.
Most likely. So, no, let's take the Skype to work.
Okay.
Let's see. Window capture.
But yeah, I don't know where the fuck Schnick is. He's just kind of disappeared. Where's the program? There.
Yeah. Still Skype, still Windows. Skype Windows doesn't work anymore. Can't get to work on this thing, so whatever. You're just gonna be a voice in the wind.
Oh, wait, so I'm not even being captured?
No, because your audio is, I'm pretty sure, but your picture, but your icon is it right here? See the black window here? This is Skype for me now. Every time I can try OBS, Skype OBS, this is the black window that appears for Skype.
Well, I can't exactly hear myself because unless I grabbed a shitty pair of USB headphones, I won't be able to check unless I unplug my earbuds from my phone, switch it back into my.
But I'm pretty sure you're being
fucking.
I'm pretty sure you're being heard. I was like, have some confirmation on this from other people, but.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any other people, I guess. Or I'm gonna unplug this real quick. Hold up. Yeah, I can. Okay. It seems like I'm being captured.
Awesome.
Also, sorry for my phone vibrating like there. Stop.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my phone on a charger, and the only way I can do that is if I plug it in my computer. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, my computer's probably going to take a beating, but... Oh well.
My old phone charger is working again. The only problem is it's the 2-foot charger that came with my phone, so it can't really go. You can't really use it that much while it's charging.
Hmm.
For some reason, my longer charger isn't working anymore.
Wow.
But anyways, so first topic: Bill Cosby's Jailbird. Fucking weird, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch it as a kid?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you because the name is familiar, the face is familiar, and yet I just don't know if I've really watched him as a kid. All I know is that he just looks like a familiar person. I don't know.
He's been around since the 80s, maybe 70s, even probably before my time. But yeah, he's like, he was a. I remember growing up, he used to advertise Pudding Pops and Kodak Film. He was the spokesperson for all that stuff. And now he's the spokesperson, apparently now he's spokesperson for raping girls. Drugging and raping girls.
Apparently.
But yeah.
I wonder why popular people keep doing this bullshit.
And like I said a while ago, that people like this that give credence to SJWs. Because these are the real people like this are the real people, but these are the real criminal offenders. Not
yeah.
But anyways, time for our next topic, and it's a topic which you're not really well endowed with, but your work on it might be changing in the near future, and that. Bam! Finally, finally, hey, Snick! You have anything to say about Cosby?
Literally, as soon as you change topic, he comes. He cometh. Also, I saw that picture, that Phoenix Wright picture. Oh, I unspoke Cosby again. Oh, wait, my thing isn't even up to oh, never mind. What the hell was that about? Yeah, this might take a little bit, so, I guess the next topic is the Phoenix Wright trilogy.
Yeah. Back again.
I saw a trailer for that game, and or not game, but you know what I mean. I saw a trailer for it, and I don't know. It kind of looks weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's the game. Anyways, the original Phoenix Wright came out on the Game Boy Advance, and then they made they rebooted it on the DS with a new case at the very end of it, and that's the game I've been playing currently, emulator-wise, quote, on that you've been editing. Then they came out
for the longest fucking time, but yeah.
But then they came out with two new games on the DS, and then so anyways, and probably I guess I can do that. Anyways, but then they came up with new games on the DS later on. But then they made then they put the original games, rebooted them, the three Phoenix Wright on the 3DS, and made it a trilogy. Which you know I can't play, obviously, so I don't have a 3DS or a 3DS emulator. Or wait, if I had the 3DS, I can't capture it.
I didn't know you never owned a 3DS.
Yeah. So like if I had one, I can't capture it unless I mod it or something.
Well, I mean, the 3DS does have some good games, but I'll be frank with you. The whole 3D thing is a pretty big gimmick. It was cool when it first released, but honestly, a lot of people I don't think really uses it anyways.
Yeah, I don't care about the 3DS gimmick itself. I just want the games that only you can play on that, like Ocarina of Time and Majora Mask Reboot, and the Phoenix Wright things, obviously. But
yeah, but the thing that also sucks too is that recent 3DS games for a while now, a lot of them will only be available in 2D, which is really stupid at that point, because why call it a 3DS game when you can only play it in 2D? Why not call it a 2DS game? Because, oh, I don't know, 2D? It's so stupid. I mean, if you're going to have a gimmick, you at least better fucking use it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I agree. What's the point of having a 3DS game named for 3DS? But like I said, I don't play for the 3DS, I play for the story, and I play games for the story. And so finally, I'm not going to play this game without an emulator. Either Switch or PS4 apparently, so I can pick my poison.
But with the first game, you're gonna have to replay up to that point.
Well, true, unless
the point with the soon-to-be new video is so.
Yeah, unless I beat the first game before the thing comes out.
Oh, that's so.
So.
But I don't know, dude. The fucking trilogy for these 3 games just looks really weird. Like, the text boxes... Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I need to turn Do Not Disturb on. Okay. The font, or the text boxes for characters just looks bland. I mean... I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks bland. Compared to the DS, oh my god. Like, I don't know why, but the DS has a charm to it, but this new trilogy just looks really strange. And don't get me started on the iOS versions. Holy fuck, those are bad.
That is?
Yeah, there's iOS versions of the game, and they are very, very bad versions. I'm not even kidding. You can... I don't know which ones you can download, or if you can download all 3 of them, but I remember you were able to get the first game for free or something like that. Well, you are, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, fucking... You could get it, and... Oh my god. It is fucking horrendous.
So I know it's on the Switch and the PS4. Is this also on the Xbox too? Do you know?
I don't recall it being on the Xbox, but there's a good chance it would be though.
Oh. Well, I can't play that game obviously, but yeah.
I mean, it's on PS4 and Switch already, so I don't know why.
Really, it's already on the Switch. I thought it was I thought we wait a while.
No, I'm saying that it will be on.
Okay,
the Switch,
it will be. I'm like
PS4.
Like wow, sorry, hell already. Wow, I haven't paid attention at all.
No.
I think I can afford to buy it right now, anyways. My next big game purchase is Kingdom Hearts 3, so if I can.
My next big game purchase is Smash Ultimate because I'm getting the special edition because hard cover cases. Yeah, I like hardcover cases. Ever since I got Halo 2, and its hardcover case, my God, dude. I don't know why, but it just seems so right.
Alright. Well, that's all. Let's get this all for today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Wait, what? That's it already?
I don't know. I only had 2 topics: Bill Cosby and trilogy. Usually I pad these out. With you and Sticks in case of rambling about stuff.
Okay.
Ideas they come up, or ideas you guys come up with.
Let me think. I mean, fucking just getting a job in general is pretty difficult, and that seems like something you're gonna have to do soon, right?
Yeah.
Because, well, I don't know if you're entirely comfortable talking about your shit with McDonald's or...
I don't mind, they suck.
Alright, well, then in that case, yeah. Apparently, Vandelia's hours have been getting decreased more and more, and I basically told him, yo, your fucking job sucks. Get a new one.
Well, the problem is I need to get a car, too, and a bus route, or a job near a bus route. Because anywhere around here...
Bus routes is probably cheaper.
True.
Than a car.
That's true, but like, anywhere around here, it's gonna be the same... Shit.
Hold on a second. Okay, Skype. Thanks for fucking making me press the unmute button 2 times.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Speaking of that, speaking of that, you're right about Skype. Skype is being fucking asshole lately.
Besides not being able to capture video part of it?
Yeah, I know that's an OBS thing or a Skype thing, but yeah.
Was that the thing that you were referring to? The video capture? Oh. Yeah, I still don't know. It might be something that you want to go online and ask about. Because I have no knowledge of it, since I don't have the new Skype on computer. And it seems like I never will, because fucking Skype tried lying to me by saying, oh, this old version of Skype is going to be discontinued. Fucking 2 months or more later, I still have the new version. Yeah, Skype bugs me about updating, but still, fucking Skype never forced me to update. So I'm just wondering, are they ever going to, or am I just gonna be able to keep the old version forever? Also, hi Schnick, where the fuck you've been?
I'll admit, a couple of days ago, I ended up trying to look up job searching advice on the internet. Literally, the only things I saw were negative comments saying, oh, they've been putting in hundreds, thousands of applications, 2 years, no one ever applies to them, give up on your job search, America is a shitty country, you're never going to get a job, you're going to be homeless, live with it. And I don't know, I guess I got a little bit freaked out, but then my mom and dad were saying stop reading those comments. None of that's true.
And this is after you've ranted about how bullshit those comments are? Seems kind of ironic that you ranted about that stuff and then you started believing the very thing you ranted about.
I know. It was probably I think the only reason I kind of started to almost lapse into believing it was because I did a whole bunch of applications last week. Not hundreds or anything, more like maybe a couple dozen. And like around maybe 30 to 40 or so, maybe even more than that. And literally all I got was dead silence. So I almost started to believe the claims that I saw. And funny thing is, the literal next day, I got showered by all of these freaking requests to talk with me. We're not talking job interviews. Literally all the temp agencies I signed up with, including new ones that found me online, they asked to talk with me. And I did talk with some of them, and some of them claim that they're gonna try and see if they can get me an interview at places they're sponsoring. And that's
nice.
another thing with negative comments on the internet. A lot of people say temp agencies are scams and you shouldn't believe them. Except there's a problem with that. When my dad was trying to find a good job for himself, quite a few of the job offers he got were through temp agencies. He didn't even reach out to them. They reached out to him.
That's interesting.
I might try that.
Yeah, I'm doing something similar. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I'm gonna be doing something.
The thing is, you may have to wait to get results. Like, obviously with me, like I started the whole temp agency thing like a week or two ago, and only now I'm starting to get flooded with results. So patience is key, but another thing is, I've officially declared, in my personal opinion, if you need job searching advice, don't go to the internet. It's the same thing with trying to self-diagnose a disease you have. Don't go to the internet. Just don't. The internet is helpful in learning some miscellaneous information about movies and games, but it is not helpful in you doing your crap. The most you do on the internet with job searching is applications and contacting people. Do not go into message boards. Literally, it is a cesspool of freaking misery, no positive outlook whatsoever. And the few comments that do have encouraging words always get freaking downloaded.
People are assholes sometimes.
Well, boards like that are just extremely biased. That's the problem.
Not to mention, you don't know the whole truth. The sob stories you always read are people who always say they have years of experience in their field. They can't get nothing. How can you prove it? How do you know that this is a person that really is an industry veteran and is just having a bad time? Or if it's just some schmuck saying they did all these things, when in fact they're just saying that things to get freaking brownie points.
Brownie points?
Like, that's like a term, like basically sympathy.
But How would telling people to not get a job be sympathy or?
Like, no, essentially, what I'm thinking is some of these people want to be in an industry but can't, but they don't because they don't have the skills. But then they might go on these message boards and lie about their experience just to make people feel sorry for them and freaking hope that somebody believes them and points them somewhere.
Well, it's a problem. In some jobs, you can lie, you can get fired or arrested for lying on your application.
Exactly.
So they're not doing themselves any good by doing that.
And the thing is, many job applications complain they get hundreds of applications for a single position. It's very likely that more than half of the applications that a particular job posting gets are from people that just spam their resume everywhere. They're called spray and prayers.
Well, they spray and pray and hope take the first job that comes their way.
Yeah, like literally the term is called spray and pray, where literally all you do is go on your local job board and you just submit an application to every single one, regardless of whether or not you're actually qualified for it, and they just hope to God that just one of those blank applications they submitted gets them a job. But the thing is, some other people might just do that. I mean, I don't know if some people do that just for the lulz or as a social experiment. But, yeah, bottom line is, if you want good advice, you talk to people that are in your area. Go to temp agencies. Hell, you can even talk to... Mario, you have your program people that could help you out. Me,
Is that
my
thing?
school What?
Sorry.
What do you mean, what is that thing?
Oh, never mind.
Talking about your webcam? That's Skype, mate.
Oh, pfft, duh. Like, what is that thing blocking my camera?
Good.
So,
There you go.
for me, I found out my school does have a career services department. And they do meet. It's not like you have to be a paying student for them to meet with you. They meet with alumni, too.
Alumni? Oh, yeah.
You don't know what an alumnus is?
No, and also, good job, Vandalia. Now you're partially blocking. Oh, never mind.
Alumni are people that graduate from a school.
You didn't know that?
Alumni people that graduate from school, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what's the name of your high school?
Which one? The one I graduated from?
Yeah, the one you graduated from in Arizona.
Greenway?
You would be an alumnus of Greenway High School.
Yeah, I've never heard that term before.
Now you have.
Yeah, so bottom line is, yes, it could take time, but in all honesty, I've noticed that's like a recurring trend. I keep preaching things for people to follow, but then sometimes I preach things, and sometimes I lapse into not believing the things I preach, but then I try to get out of it again until it's permanent.
Yeah.
Right now I feel burned out because suddenly I went from being frustrated that nobody was contacting me to suddenly there's too many people contacting me.
Wow.
So now I don't know I'm following my dad's advice. I don't stop looking at stuff until I actually have an offer in front of me.
No. Sure. I've been depressed lately myself. Not about job things now. I get a new job, but now that MarioTube is finally caught up with the editing, I can finally record more episodes of stuff.
Even though I told you before that you could have done that, but oh well.
Why are you depressed if not even a good thing happened?
I was depressed, I said. Pay attention.
Okay. So, other than that, I mean, other than that, the only thing I had in mind possibly was...
Oh, well, fast. The other stuff we talked about earlier. What game are you looking forward to coming out? You're gonna buy it soon. Like, what's your next big purchase?
I mean, the thing is, even though I have plenty of money saved up, I am basically not spending a dime on anything. In fact, the next time I plan to even spend money voluntarily is when the new Halloween comes out in theaters, but that's a movie.
So basically, the next big game purchase coming out for you is TTwC then?
No, it's not necessarily. I may or may not get the Spyro HD collection at launch. And Smash Ultimate I also have pre-ordered, though I'm not getting the Steelbook edition, because truth is, what's good about getting a Steelbook if you're not going to be opening it regularly? Like, literally all it is going to be a decoration.
Well, technically saying, you could also say the exact same thing for any case in general. Like, what's the point of having a case if you're not going to open it that often?
Well, here's the thing. With disc-based games, you have to keep the disc in the case, so therefore you open the case to get the disc. Whereas with cartridge games, why would you put cartridge games like those you could just store in like a case?
But you can store DVDs in a disc
Except the way I see it, DVDs and Blu-rays can get damaged from being stored in their cases. From not being stored in like a generic case rather than their own cases.
I've never once had that problem with any of my PS2 games, so I don't know where that
I think it's a personal preference. To me, cartridge-based games can be loose, but disc-based games need to be in the case.
The only complaint I'm going to make for fucking Switch games is that their cases use way too much plastic for literally a tiny piece of cartridge. Like,
see, that's another
I'm still appalled that they use that big of a fucking case for their Switch games when you have like a tiny cartridge that's fucking, I think it's smaller than a 3DS cartridge, if not definitely thinner.
Except, and see, that's kind of the thing though. With freaking Switch games, why would I carry all the cases with me when I could just store the cartridges in my carrying case if I ever wanted to bring the Switch on a road trip or something?
I only have 2 Switch games right now, so I don't worry about that very much.
Again, technically speaking, you could say the same thing for discs.
Except discs aren't really portable now, are they?
If you have a disc book, they are.
If I have a what?
Disc book.
A disc book.
Why would I bring discs with me on a road trip? I couldn't exactly use them. The only exception being the PSP.
If you were going on a vacation, then if you brought a fucking player, then yeah, you might want to use it. What?
I would just bring the games in the case, disc-based.
Well, that's not really portable, though.
It's what people did back in the day when they carried their CDs. Back when people had CD players and CDs in cars, they had a disc case. They put all those CDs in the little case and pumped them in the CD player of the car or their CD Walkman.
Okay.
Back in the 90s and 2000s, before MP4s were a thing. Or MP3s.
Well, it's pretty much the 80s/90s again because fucking Nintendo and now Sony are releasing classic editions, which, by the way, fuck you, Sony, for having your PlayStation Classic $100 fucking when you could have easily made them the same price the NES Classic and the SNES Classic were.
At launch, at least.
No.
Weren't they expensive? Didn't they get expensive too?
NES Classic got expensive because of lack of stock from Nintendo, and it just got fucking overinflated prices because of fucking scalpers. And SNES Classic never had a problem. But NES Classic actually came back, so that's not a problem.
Here's the thing about Classic, though. The thing is, it almost had the same problem as the NES Classic, because when it was announced, freaking, there were scalpers listing the Super Nintendo Classic on eBay before the thing was even released. But because of their utter stupidity, Nintendo DMCA'd everyone that made listings like that, and they ensured that there was more.
So do you think there's going to be a classic of every game system coming out now?
I'm not sure, but one thing is for sure. I'm going to say this right now. I fucking called it as a kid because I was like, you know what? What would happen if fucking companies just decided to resell their old consoles? Well, guess fucking what? It did happen. I fucking called it so many goddamn years ago. Well, I can't believe it.
I understand is why they had to make them so tiny. Why can't they just repackage the original, like repackage the thing size, but with the HDMI port? All you do is remake them with HDMI ports. But no, they're like, you know what? Let's make this microscopic.
Microscopic. I mean, honestly, I'd like it to be smaller because then it doesn't take up as much space.
But
I mean, literally, you'd have like a huge piece of plastic with a small amount of components inside, all for like ROMs. But that's it.
But if they remake the original thing with HDMI port, then if you had the old cartridges, you could actually still use your old cartridges in the new system, plus download new games too. It could be like a two thing. You can play old games and ROMs of them.
I mean, yeah, you could do that, but I don't really think that would be a very big selling point. I mean, yeah, it would be nice for people that did have cartridges, but at the same time, you know, the consumer, or no, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? What the fuck? I can't think of the word. God damn it, this is like the one important term I need to know right now, and I can't fucking remember it. Okay, well, basically, let me just put it in simpler terms. Pretty much, the company that is trying to sell the product to the group of people are most likely going to not even have any of the fucking cartridges from back in the day. So therefore, would it really be that profitable to have the ability to put in your own cartridges when not a lot of people that you're trying to sell the product for are even going to have them in the first place? Like I said, yeah, it'd be nice to have, but I don't think that would be very profitable either way.
What do you think, Stick?
I guess that's just their marketing tactic.
Do you have an opinion on the minis or anything like that, or the remaking them the old way or the new way?
I mean, to manufacture, I think literally all they did was put like an emulator in a little box that was molded to look like the original. Like, they probably didn't exactly recreate the hardware.
Yeah,
they didn't.
Because to recreate the original hardware would have been a hell of a lot more money for them to spend. So basically, this is a budget way of pandering to nostalgia, but for some people, it's good.
There is also a new viewpoint, which is interesting. So, basically, I read somewhere that, okay, someone was saying, oh, I really hope that Nintendo will come out with an N64 classic, and they also previously complained about NES Online and how you're not putting that many games on the Switch. And then someone basically said, a mindset like that is part of the problem, because if they make a classic edition console, then it's most likely not going to be on the Switch because what's the point or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if Nintendo would really take that kind of thing seriously,
Yeah.
then that really would not be good.
Coming out next year, the Wii U Classic, Wii Edition.
No! Sonic Boom is one of the games. It's a selling point. Hey, look, kids, we got Star Fox Zero. Do you know what Star Fox is? No, because that's good, because we don't fucking make Star Fox games, apparently.
Oh.
You know, apparently, according to the Crappy Games wiki, after that game came out, essentially Shigeru Miyamoto was booted to a freaking consulting role only because people were tired of him shoving... I guess the people at Nintendo were tired of him forcing gimmicks into games all the time.
Huh.
Well, like Zelda.
Like, obviously, he's still at Nintendo, but essentially, he's in a glorified consultant role only, but he's not actually in charge of game development.
So did he make the Breath of the Wild game or what?
I don't know.
Since I think since wasn't Zelda his baby to begin with?
I mean, they probably consulted him, but I don't think he was the lead designer. I mean, when you think about it, Shigeru Miyamoto did enforce a lot of gimmicky stuff into games. Like, for instance, when they were trying to make a Paper Mario game for the 3DS, the development team originally tried to make a game more true to Thousand Year Door and what Paper Mario fans wanted. But Miyamoto's like, no, do something original. Oh, I have an idea, do stickers. And then Paper Mario Sticker Star, the worst Paper Mario game, was born.
Mm-hmm. Literally toads everywhere. Toad-demic.
Yeah, it is a toad-demic.
Just like your RPG was. Toads everywhere.
Not really.
No, yeah, no.
I think I'm like killing a lot of toads.
No, I think you were killing more of the Shinra and Galbadian soldiers than you were toads.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of that, I know you've been drop twitching and all, but you think you're done with you think your game's ready to release to the viewing public of our channels?
The truth is, I haven't really worked on it ever since you finished it.
Wait, what's going on? Oh, shitty RPG, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, actually, wait. Can I say one more thing? Because there was something I wanted to say about the job thing still.
Sure.
What?
I was given this packet from a case manager that I work with. And basically, I have to call these different companies, and I don't remember the exact term they use, but it helps you get jobs. And I have to ask them these certain questions, and my case manager went as far as even putting in the questions for me to ask, and then I just have to write down the answers, pretty much. And these questions will be stuff like, how will you help me with my job search? Do you offer job retention services? Do you provide transportation training, though that wouldn't be required for me? And will you meet me in the community for meetings, or will I need to go to your office?
Wait a minute, are you talking to recruiters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like army military recruiters go in the military?
What? No. What?
Oh.
This isn't ROTC. This is fucking teaching me about job shit.
Oh, okay. You said recruiters. I'm like, I brought it back to the military recruiters.
No.
Sergeant.
I mean, it is kind of, I mean, some people, particularly those that don't like unemployment benefits, like people that don't support that stuff, they say that if you have absolutely no other options, like it's literally impossible for you to get a job anywhere, Pretty much your absolute last resort is to enter the military.
Because they have job training there too, and
yeah, because I mean, well, obviously, while you're on duty, you would get paid for it. In fact, if you actually did well, apparently you would get like a pension.
Ah, damn it!
One of my friends was in the Air Force as a mechanic, and after he got out, he got a job as an airplane mechanic in civilian form.
Wow.
I mean, some people. I mean, I know that sometimes it's said that veterans of war have difficulty readjusting to civilian life. Like, some people know that sometimes it's difficult for them to get into the workforce. Except that's the thing. I mean, I think the military does actually help you out, like in helping you apply your military skills to civilian life.
Like, for example, if you're in a situation where a store is being robbed, you can take down the motherfucker now.
I mean, one thing a lot of ex-military people do is become police officers or security guards.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I mean, it seems like a reasonable choice.
I mean, way I see it, contrary to those stupid comments, which I am for sure not going to read anymore. Hopefully I don't turn to Dark Side Phil again and contradict it.
The new Dark Side Phil, Dark Side Snick.
Yeah, so...
No, don't...
Basic way I see it...
Or Dark Snick Phil.
No, even worse.
Way I see it, there's a career out there for everyone. You can go into any career you like. The only catch is you just have to put the effort into it. Like, if you put the effort in it, you can practically do anything.
Like I said in my one topic a few weeks ago. Don't give up.
Yeah, don't read internet comments no more. Swear to God. Oh, another thing, like, it's a good thing I started my little cartoon marathon thing, because I think I'm once again getting desensitized to YouTube videos. Like, I'm just not enjoying them.
Huh, funny that you say that, because I'm starting to get bored of watching YouTube content myself.
I'll admit, one thing... A really petty thing today made me want to freaking quit watching YouTube videos for a bit. Not quitting YouTube as in not uploading videos. Like, I actually do want to get back onto uploading Shrek 2 stuff. And of Harry Potter and a few other things. But I was watching a YouTube channel by the name of GG Man Lives. He did a retrospective on the PS1 Resident Evil games. And I know this is petty, but I got irritated and almost angry when he started making a lot of minor mistakes talking about the games.
Like what?
First of all, when he was talking about the first game, he noted how the freaking... Oh, you have the first Resident Evil released in 1996, and it took the world by storm. Yada, yada, yada. Tank controls, yada, yada, yada. Jill sandwich, yada, yada, yada. Oh, in addition, there was also Resident Evil Director's Cut released in 1996. And at that point, he started to lose me as a viewer. I know it's a bit petty, but the thing is, Director's Cut was not released in 1996. It was released in 1997. Sure, 1 year off, but he failed to even mention why the Director's Cut came out to begin with.
And that is?
Essentially, Resident Evil 2 was being built as an entirely separate game from what the final product ended up being. And ultimately, Shinji Mikami, the guy that directed the first game and was making the Resident Evil 1.5 build, as it's called today, he ended up having a lot of disagreements with Capcom, and he ultimately left the directing chair, and another guy took over. Essentially, they gave up and started all over again. They kept the core concepts of what the 1.5 build, but they basically gave up, started over again on the game. Essentially, Resident Evil Director's Cut was released in 1997, basically to hold fans over while the new build of the game was being made. In fact, Black Label copies of the Director's Cut came with a demo of the new build of RE2.
Yep.
So, in fact, didn't you say you have that copy? I have it too.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, so, speaking of which, literally the same week KH3 comes out, the Resident Evil 2 remake comes out.
So you gotta play both of them? Gonna stream both of them?
Yeah, I might.
I mean, undoubtedly, if I'm getting this many leads on jobs, I'm gonna be employed by then.
And then you can pay for your trip to Ohio.
Yeah. The only thing is, I know that I have 5 days worth of vacation in December. I'm actually going to Florida for my ma's birthday.
Again in Florida? What?
This time it's not my aunt's birthday, it's my ma's birthday.
You're not going to fucking Disney World for the millionth time, aren't you?
I am going to Disney, unfortunately.
What? Oh, well.
But there's a plus side. There's a plus side.
Disney burnout.
I finally get my trip to Universal.
How?
Simple. Freaking, we go there, I think, Wednesday. Thursday, we freaking all go to, the whole entire extended family goes to Disney for my ma. She's the little Disney princess.
Wow.
Then Friday, my dad, my sister, maybe my cousin, we're all going to Universal. My ma's passing because she doesn't like Universal's roughness on the rides.
Wow.
But yeah, I'll be going to Universal. I'm really hoping I could try out the Hulk after freaking elementary school schnick was a freaking pussy with it.
Speaking of theme parks,
and I also get to see Shrek.
Speaking of theme parks, apparently a big famous roller coaster in my area is being closed. Is closing its doors. Not sure which one it is. We were all debating it on Facebook.
Well,
does Disney ever close roller coasters? They just build new ones.
I don't recall them ever closing an attraction.
I guess
I mean, they might have closed the Stitch one in Tomorrowland and replaced it with something else, but I'm not sure what.
Well, they might have. I think they also closed temporarily that one ride where has that fucking huge monster in it. They had it at one part, and then apparently that got damaged. So they need to do something with it, so they closed it temporarily, I believe. And they made changes to it, and then they opened it back up. And the monster is still... Oh, I remember. It was a huge animatronic. They had it moving at one point, but then closed it because it was getting damaged. And then they reopened it and made it really hard to see the monster. And also the animatronic doesn't really move anymore to try and prevent any further damage. So, will they ever fix it? That's debatable because pretty much the fucking ride was built in such a way where if they try to fucking do anything else with the animatronic in terms of repairing, well, the animatronic I guess doesn't need repairing, but something in the ride needs to be repaired, but in order to do it, they basically need to fucking take down a huge chunk of the ride just to do it. So, yeah, they're just gonna fucking probably leave it the way it is.
I know that when Universal still had the Jaws ride, that ride was very infamous for how much it broke down. Just like how the real animatronic shark they used when filming the movie always broke down.
Wow.
Yeah.
They used the same one.
I was gonna say that. They used the same one?
I don't know if they used the same one, but all I know is that using the shark during the filming of the movie was a nightmare, and even though I did go on the ride back when it was still running, because they did take it down. I don't know what they replaced it with, but it never broke down when I went on it.
Not yet.
Well, it's not there. It doesn't exist anymore, so I don't
Oh,
think
it doesn't?
Yeah, I
God
just said they
damn it.
closed it like a couple of years ago.
God damn it.
So, in fact, the Jurassic Park ride, I'm hearing, is getting remodeled into a Jurassic World ride, and a few of the rides at Harry Potter got closed.
Well, is that really a remodeling if it's the same movie?
I don't know why they didn't just keep it as is, but thankfully I do remember going on the Jurassic Park version, so whatever.
But still, it's the same movie franchise. They're not really. I don't really call it remodel, update maybe, but you know, it's still Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
What's next? Jurassic Universe?
It may as well be Jurassic Universe.
It's like when they updated quote updated. I go in quotes. It's not really update. The what's it called? Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's the same story in the ride. All they did was replace the animatronics with animatronics from the movie series. But still the same. They didn't change the story of the ride. They just like, oh, we're just gonna update. We're just gonna update the animatronic to look like the movie. But it's the same. But it's the same. Pretty much right it was before the movie came out.
Well, we actually got pretty sidetracked.
Wait, we did?
Yeah, because I was talking about how me watching a video today made me want to quit watching other people's YouTube videos.
There was that guy that fucked up the information for Resident Evil and you...
That wasn't even the only one. The only time he did it. When he actually started talking about Resident Evil 2, the part where he completely lost me, and this one's probably a lot more debatable, he referred to the G virus as an advanced strain of the T virus.
The G virus?
Okay.
And there's a very big problem with that. It's a bit debatable because in universe they both originate from the progenitor virus in universe, except they had completely different creators and they were more or less completely separate. Like, the G virus is a lot more powerful than the T virus, but it's not an evolved version of the T virus.
I know,
like, yes.
Yeah, I know that's the Resident Evil, so go on.
Well, the thing with the T virus is that that's the one that creates the zombies. Like, that's the one that reanimates. Well, it doesn't. The thing with T virus zombies and whatnot is they're not fully dead. But it's just that a lot of their vital signs are terminated, and they're basically left with only the very basic vital signs. So because they can't feel pain the proper way, that's why it's not like other zombie movies and shows where you have to do headshots to kill them. here you can kill them by just shooting their body until you finally kill the rest of the body's vital signs. But it's still mostly effective to shoot them in the head because it saves you ammo. But the thing with the G virus is that it doesn't create zombies. Essentially, it creates what are called G mutants. They get like a third eyeball, usually in their shoulder, and essentially, the G virus just helps them evolve. Like if you cause heavy tissue damage, the body will just generate more muscle mass to freaking cover the loss. Although, if you damage them heavily, literally, you'll get a result like at the end of RE2, where literally freaking William Birkin is nothing but a giant mutant blob of flesh.
Wow. It sounds ridiculous.
But yeah, I'd say the G virus and the T virus are nothing alike except for their origin. And GG Man Lives claims, oh, the G virus is just an evolved version of the T virus. And I don't know, me being super nitpicky, I just I had enough. And I clicked off the video.
Yeah, I've been watching TV YouTube videos too lately. I've been watching reruns on YouTube. I've been watching reruns like old Nintendo Capri Sun videos and stuff like that.
Mostly when I'm on YouTube, I'm actually rewatching our own videos.
Really?
Yeah, like I was watching the freaking video where Brandon was playing Shrek Race Mode, and I don't know why, but yesterday when I got to the one where he was doing the race mode on the dancing cow, I just started laughing till I cried.
Wow.
At the one moment where he went, "You stupid cow!"
Which brings me back to a topic I wanted to do for a while, but we can't get working yet. It's a video of all of us reacting to our old videos.
That'd probably be saved.
I want to do, if we can all meet together and plan this for a podcast topic, I want to have us all watch it.
Well, yeah, we'd have to be we'd have to plan ahead for that, but
might even have to do it on a separate channel because if you're gonna do me, I think I might have copyrighted shit on it. So,
oh god.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to do your stuff unless you want yours. Yeah, or you can. But I don't mind copyright as long as it's not strike worthy. I don't care.
So, I mean, most of what I've been... So yeah, I guess all of us haven't really been watching YouTube videos that much. Me, I've just been watching all the cartoon shows and stuff I watched as a kid that I've collected on DVD.
Wait, Schneck, I'm sorry. Did you just say that we all weren't watching YouTube that much?
That's what I figured. You said you were watching...
I'm sorry to tell you this, Schneck, but you're fucking wrong when it comes to me. Because apparently, I watch more YouTube than Vandalia works at his fucking job. According to YouTube, the past week, I've spent 35 hours and 39 minutes on YouTube. Yeah, so when it comes to me, that's fucking
pretty much the only time. Pretty much the only time I use YouTube regularly is when I'm trying to track down old shows that aired on Disney's One Saturday Morning or frickin' Toon Disney.
Wow.
Because the majority of those shows never got a DVD release of any kind. So literally the only way to see them again is either to go on a website called Kim Cartoon, but I don't trust it at the moment. Or number two, just see if anybody happened to upload the episodes on YouTube. And thankfully for most of the shows, that is the case. Because apparently, with a few exceptions, Disney is very slow in copyright striking people. Probably because they know they're not making money on these shows and they just kind of let people do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they let these shows be seen on their streaming service, I would pay for it. Because if I could buy these shows on DVD or watch them on a streaming service, I would, but I can't because Disney doesn't do it. But yeah, so
They might soon.
if they put all that stuff on their streaming service, I would subscribe to it immediately.
Immediately, wow.
I might have to cancel future services.
Freaking, you have one show where Mickey and the gang literally run a cartoon club where pretty much all Disney characters across all the movies are there to watch the stuff, and literally
the House of Mouse.
Yeah, that one. Like they play a mixture of stuff they made specifically for the show. I think either that or they were like made in like the late '90s as like little TV commercial things, and they also play the classic shorts from like the '50s and all that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it was so funny at first, but I didn't really enjoy the reboot of Mickey Mouse where they made it in the old style.
Oh, that recent one? Yeah, I don't like that one either. Like, in all honesty, they should have made shorts that were like the series I just mentioned. Like, I would have rather had that because those are I would say those are a hell of a lot better. Then, of course, I was also watching the Disney version of Doug. Thing is, watching the first episode, it made me kind of not like all the haters that hate the Disney version because it's not as good as the Nickelodeon version.
So why is there two different versions of the same show?
Basically, Doug started airing on Nickelodeon, but then Nickelodeon canceled it after 4 seasons. But the thing is, the creator wanted to make more episodes, but he couldn't get Nickelodeon to greenlight it. So Disney instead bought his production company, and they made the episodes instead.
So what's different?
Well, it's more or less a sequel to the original Nickelodeon series. Like, the characters are a little older, but they changed up a lot of the characters. Like, for instance, well, most of the voice actors, supposedly the production process was very different. Apparently, people recorded dialogue on their own as opposed to being in, like, an ensemble room where everyone did, like, a table reading together. So the cast members didn't like that too much. In addition, the voice of Doug and Roger did not return because apparently Disney didn't want to pay him enough money, or couldn't afford to pay him enough money since he was becoming a pretty big voice actor at the time.
Who was that?
Huh?
Who was the big voice actor at the time, though?
Billy West.
What else is he in?
He voiced Stimpy in Ren and Stimpy. He went on to voice Fry in Futurama.
Okay. No wonder why he was being big.
So, like, those are his most famous roles, though. He has said that if the thing is, Doug is one of the only... Nickelodeon retained the full rights to the episodes they made, and Billy West claimed that if Nickelodeon ever made more episodes, he'd return to do the voice. Except there's a problem. I think that Nickelodeon confirmed that Doug is one of the only original Nicktoons that will not be getting a revival, and that's simply due to the fact that Disney still has the rights to make new episodes, and they don't want to.
You think if they did, do you think they would make it your favorite chibi form?
Well, no. Freaking Cartoon Network does. What's funny is that the bubbly shit has an actual name in internet meme culture, and it's called the CalArt style.
CalArt?
Oh, yeah.
From what little I've read, it looks like all the characters that use the bubbly shit, I'm still going to call it that, because thing is, CalArts is a highly respected school, so calling the bubbly shit the CalArt style is a bit of a disrespect to the school. But more or less, it seems that kids shows nowadays, their animators, like, I guess, from what little I've read, it seems that they're taught a very basic drawing method when they go to Cal Arts to learn how to animate. But instead of creating their own styles, they just simply use their freaking training art style to make their shows.
So, is there any Cal Art style bubbly shit shows that you do like? Or they all suck, in your opinion?
I don't watch any of them. Nope. I don't want to say they suck, because there are some that have a huge following, like Steven Universe and Star vs. the Forces of Evil, but...
Really? That's bubbly shit, too? That's bubbly shit? That's bubbly...
Not as much as a Cartoon Network, but it still has... But in the faces, mostly.
Well, maybe it's not the bubbly shit the problem, it's their storytelling. Those...
Well, people like the storytelling, but the way I see it, freaking... I just think the art style's unappealing.
Because I like Star vs. Forces of Evil. I did not know it was considered bubble.
From what I've seen, it is a bit more stylized than your typical bubbly shit, but I've never personally watched it.
And also, for the bubbly shit cartoons, yeah, writing is part of the problem. In fact, I'd say writing is one half, and then the fucking lazy art style is the other half.
I'll say this, even in the shows that have a good reception, I am really tired with how much freaking these shows pander to freaking internet humor. Like, freaking, it's always stupid internet humor. They're always referencing memes. They're always trying to do, like, oh, dude, bro. Like,
of course, they've been doing that.
For I like about the shows that I actually watch. They're made in such a way to where they're timeless.
Because that's always been a problem. Sometimes they do try to do cultural things, and like they get outdated.
Hey, writers and animators, your shows are supposed to create their own memes without you even knowing you're doing that, not reference them.
Or, God forbid, intentionally try to create your own memes.
Like,
like Wendy's way back then, when their fucking commercial straight up had a meme in it. That shit was fucking horrible.
Where's the beef?
What? No.
But
that was
stupid shit.
That was the Wendy's. That was the Wendy's meme back in the '80s. Where's the beef? That was their meme.
No, not that. It was like in 2013 or around that time. I don't remember. It was around that time, I think.
And what's the meme Happy Days created? Jump the Shark.
Jump the Shark, yeah.
Oh, and also, fuck you, Progressive, for making that bullshit thing called Hump Day.
The what?
Piece of shit. Hump Day.
Oh, the goddamn camel thing. That's right.
Yeah, that shit I fucking hate with a passion. They can fuck themselves
thankfully, that stupid meme died.
Actually, funny enough, my fucking bus driver that takes me home, well, her assistant at least, fucking referenced Hump Day on a Wednesday, and I'm just like, fucking kill me.
Real fast, I just wanted to finish up with the Disney cartoons, and then I wanted to tear into the bubbly shit shows a little bit more, and why I don't really... Of what I've seen of them, why I don't really want to watch them. So, yeah, the Disney version of Doug, there's a lot of reasons why fans don't really like it. One of them was... I remember looking at this clip where one woman made a Chris Chan level of stupidity complaint. She hated the Disney version of Doug because Doug wore a long-sleeve shirt.
Stupid.
Hello?
I said stupid.
Yeah. But, yeah, I watched the first episode, and yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of like the theme of the first episode is that all the things from the Nickelodeon series are changing. Like, for instance, like, everyone gets an outfit change, like...
Well, yeah, topic of that. Sometimes change is good. Like, a lot of people didn't like when they added Scrappy-Doo to the Scooby-Doo. I didn't mind them. I like.
Yeah, like in all honesty, I did like the episode's theme of things changing. Like for instance, the Beats, Doug's favorite band, they disbanded,
and then
the burger joint they went to closed down for this fancy restaurant.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like when they added Gizmo Duck and Bubba Duck to DuckTales, but I enjoyed those episodes more. I enjoyed the original episodes sometimes.
Yeah, but and the thing is, I have heard Blame It on George show that there actually are some good episodes of the Disney version, including one where Patty Mayonnaise actually tries to freaking lose weight the wrong way by like intentionally not eating and working out more. That's not how you're supposed to do it. And that was actually a pretty mature topic to cover, since a lot of kids do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Back in the 90s and stuff, I think they were a lot more. Sometimes try to cover something. I think they were. In cartoons, at least, they were a lot more risky about some. They were a lot more, let's say, risky. You know, now I think now it's more safe and PG nowadays. Seems like.
And the thing is, that's another thing I don't like about the bubbly shit. The freaking art style just looks juvenile. It looks like something a preschooler would watch.
Which would be fine if they were. Which would be no problem if they were made for preschoolers. But they're not. They're made for.
They're made for older audiences, indeed. But, and so, yeah, and then I'll admit, a joke towards the end of the episode had me laughing out loud, and I don't know why. So, Doug gets a baby sister in the Disney series, and the first episode of the Disney series ends with his mom announcing she's pregnant.
I forgot about that. I can't remember that.
I didn't really remember much about it either, probably because I didn't watch much of the Disney version.
Yeah, I think by that time, Disney really came out, I was outgrowing American cartoons at that point.
Well, it came out in '96, so probably.
Yeah, I think I was watching Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z at that point.
So, essentially, Doug's older sister, is super excited. She's like, "Oh, Mom, that's great. And then she hugs her mom. Then she looks over to her dad. And she's like, "Nice job, Dad," and winks to him. Like, I don't know. Something about it just made me start laughing. But... yeah, so a lot of people didn't like the Disney version all that much, though there was another show that was kind of like Doug that people liked a lot better, and that was Pepper Ann.
I remember that a little bit.
Yeah, basically, Pepper Ann was basically the same basic premise as Doug, except you had a girl in middle school as opposed to a boy.
I think the problem, the only difference is Pepper Ann was like, quote, original show, and people don't like some people don't like remixes of stuff.
Yeah, like Pepper Ann was an original show. Notably, it was the first Disney show created by a woman. And see, that's one thing I'm worried about. I'm worried. Huh?
Said by Pokesaurus.
Oh, bye. So, and the thing is, I thought Pepper Ann was a very obscure show. Because I had somehow never seen it as a kid on Toon Disney, and when I finally heard the name of it, I thought it was some obscure thing that ended after one season. No, it went for a couple of years. And then I ended up watching some episodes of it, and it was actually surprisingly good. In fact, I've heard there's some episodes that tackle a lot of mature subjects. Like, for instance, there's one episode that specifically addresses why Pepper Ann only lives with her mom. It's because her mom is divorced.
I'm fussing back. I think Pepper Ann, but I remember his other show. I forget if it was Disney or Nickelodeon. It was Cartoon Network, where this girl's in middle school again, and her mom was like a nurse or something.
I think that's As Told by Ginger, I think.
Oh, okay. I remember watching that show.
Yeah, that was made by Klasky Chupo. I remember some of that, but the thing is, it was essentially an animated teen drama. Like, it actually aired on Teen Nick.
I just remember watching it.
Like, it was specifically made for older audiences. And that show, from what I remember, had mature subjects as well. Like, there was one episode where apparently a teacher started dying of cancer or something.
Was that the 90s or 2000s?
2000s.
Okay. I remember liking that show and stuff. Every one episode... Well, so I remember most of all was the one where they had head lice.
Oh, God. Truth is, I might want to see if I can get a hold of that show somehow. I'm a bit curious now. But, yeah. So, yeah, I ended up starting to watch Pepper Ann to try it out. And one thing that really surprised me is the guy that would later go on to create Kids Next Door did the art design. And it's weird. The show looks like a weird mishmash of Doug and Kids Next Door.
Was Kids Next Door bubbly or not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Kids Next Door, like, a lot of the characters, particularly the adult characters, heavily resemble what the Kids Next Door adults ended up looking like. Though I would say a lot of the kid characters kind of look like, in their faces, you can see a lot of Kids Next Door like stuff, and then in like all their like. Yeah, but I would say the overall tone is more similar to Doug.
Yeah, that series made me. You talk about that series made me think. I wonder how many of the villains in that series used to be agents when they were kids.
I mean, Kids Next Door is one of the shows I'm watching now too, so there's that.
I think my favorite plot twist of that series was when they revealed that some people didn't get their memories erased and became adult agents for them.
Yeah, that was like one of the last things. That was like in one of the last episodes. Like early in the series, you have that one teenager that was one of the leading operatives, and then you get an episode where he joins the teenagers and therefore the adults. But then, like one of the last episodes, it's revealed he was really a double agent.
And then, I mean, it was revealed earlier that there are double agents out there. An earlier episode.
Yeah. Isn't that the one with number 5's mentor?
Maurice, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, then some other stuff from Disney I was looking into. I remembered as a kid, I was really aching to watch the Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon because I had the PS1 game and the direct-to-video movie.
Never got into that series that much. I watched a few episodes of it, but never got into that.
It's not bad, but it at the very least gives us a look at what the real Buzz Lightyear would apparently look like.
Back before he became a toy.
No, essentially the idea behind Buzz Lightyear Star Command is that it's more or less the cartoon that inspired the toy.
Yeah.
Because the original Toy Story was supposed to open with a 2D animated segment that was more or less what would evolve into the Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon. And then gradually, as the cartoon ended, the screen would zoom out and you would see the 3D animated room of Andy watching it with Woody. But even though they liked the scene because it gave a nice little transition from 2D to 3D, they ultimately scrapped it because they felt like, would it really make sense for Andy to like this cowboy doll if he's so obsessed with watching a cartoon about a space ranger?
Yeah, I do like they started out now with the toy acting in the scene, and you find out they're
yeah,
toys.
Like let's just say toys, like they were just geniuses with Toy Story, definitely working out. They had all these ideas, but they found out the perfect way to mesh it all together. So there's plenty of other stuff I have to look into. Like most of it does not have any DVD releases. Among one of the only shows that does have a DVD release is Kim Possible. So I might have to look into that. Now I really have to go to the bathroom.
Alright.
So, one thing, I mean, when it... You know, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then I will come back, and I will discuss some things I don't like about the bubbly shit.
Oh, let's talk about my thing. I think I'm working on a new segment for Fridays. I'm calling it Fan Fiction Friday. It's a project I'm having Mario edit from now on for a while. Speaking of MarioTube, I wonder if he's uploading that video yet. So, I'm only reading some fanfiction on Fridays. I like to watch. Not to watch the read, really, but... we'll see how that turns out. That's a video that I upload once a week, so... Welcome back!
Alright. So, one thing that I found... One thing I don't like about some bubbly shit cartoons is how preachy they get without understanding exactly what they need to say. Like, for instance, Teen Titans Go has done more than one episode where they insult their critics. Including one episode where they basically justified the stupidity of the show by saying, oh, it's just a kid's show. It's only for kids. You gotta move on. Not understanding that freaking people criticize it because it's a kid's show and they don't want their kids getting bad influence. And then another recent review Mysterious Mr. Enter did that got me thinking. Was an episode of a bubbly shit show called OKKO. It doesn't, like, a lot of people have gone on and on about how much they love it. To me, it just does not look interesting. Like, it just seems like another show that just loves freaking referencing adult internet humor and whatnot.
Is that the new meme now? Adult internet humor? That's new topic.
Not adult internet humor. It's freaking just internet humor.
Huh.
So, we get to the point where there was the school shooting in Florida. What does OKKO do? They air a freaking episode that tried to be an anti-gun PSA. And they did it badly.
I'm trying to remember if there's any cartoons that I watched or shows I watched that did that in the 90s or whatever.
You're trying to... Well, the thing is, there was one episode of Gargoyles that did it, and they did it pretty well.
I remember one episode. Yeah, I remember one to like the Rescue Rangers. Where they talked about cults and stuff.
Yeah, like what's funny is that in the video, in the Mysterious Mr. Enter video, people only recall 2 action cartoons like OKKO that had an anti-gun PSA and they did it well. Only 2. One of them was the aforementioned Gargoyles episode. And the other one was Static Shock.
I don't remember any gun part. I don't think I remember Static Shock gun one that much. I remember Static Shock. I don't remember that episode.
No, there was an episode, I think, that it was called Jimmy, I think, where the titular Jimmy is, I think, a younger student in Statics High School. And more or less, he's getting bullied. He ultimately gets a hold of a gun, and he tries to kill the bully. But then the bully gets saved by Static's friend Richie, who takes the bullet in the leg. And more or less, the message of the episode was made to be absolutely sure that kids cannot get a hold of that stuff.
Well, I think that message should have been double. It should have been double. I think it should have been a double message then. Like, don't play with guns and don't fucking bully people, or you might get shot. No.
I mean, because here's the reason why freaking Gargoyles and Static Shock did it well, and why OKKO did not.
They tried to be funny about it?
Oh, they were definitely trying to be a little funny about it, and they were being overly preachy about it, too. For one thing, in the OKKO episode, they don't actually use guns. They use what are called skeleton remotes that turn people into skeletons, but otherwise they're the same functioning human beings.
Wow, wait, it's a lesson.
And freaking the whole episode is entirely preachy, and it claims the only way to control it is to ban them.
See, that's the thing I talked about before. In the old days, cartoons taught you a lesson without you realizing they're teaching you a lesson.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, freaking the episode just ends on an overly happy note saying, "Oh, what can I do to prevent these weapons of mass destruction from getting on the streets? Call your local politician." And freaking, literally, the freaking Mr. KO calls up his local politician, and then she bans guns skeleton remotes just like that.
Wait, they take a real issue and make a joke about it.
Freaking, it gets better. Mysterious Mr. Ender brought this up. Politicians, even though they may be inclined to listen if it gives them to kids, if it might give them some popularity votes. Thing is, unless you're over 18 and are able to vote for a politician, they're going to be as inclined to listen to you if you can't vote.
And
not to mention, passing a law like that is not as simple as this freaking show depicts.
And we're gonna do hope that these kids are still in office by the time these kids get old enough to vote. And hopefully I'm still in office in 20 years when these kids can vote. These kids can vote.
Yeah, and then you can't be in office no more. And then here's another thing that makes that the episode just gets wrong about the message. It claims the only solution is to ban these weapons.
And we've seen how well banning things do. It makes it more popular.
Look at prohibition.
Look at marijuana.
Freaking, literally, if you were to ban firearms entirely, literally, that's not going to stop people that want to get a hold of them from getting them. In fact, banning them is probably going to only make things worse, because if prohibition proved anything, freaking underground crime families ended up getting tons of profits over selling alcohol when it was made illegal.
And look at the Mexican mafia with marijuana. It was illegal. Like, oh, let's go to Mexico and get it.
And there's another crucial thing the show did not address. You know a proper way you deal with it? You need to freaking control the people that get a hold of them. The people.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about the people. And the thing is, people love to avoid blaming the people. They love blaming the tools. But what good are the tools if there's it? What good are the tools? It's
not like the knife or gun can stab yourself. The knife or gun's alive and can kill you yourself. Somebody's gonna be holding the gun or the knife.
And people always blame everything but people love to blame anything except people. Like freaking when Newtown happened, people were quickly trying to blame video games. Faster than they were blaming the sick individual that got a hold of the crap.
Violence. It's the violent movie and the video games doing this to people. They've been doing that forever, even in the days of Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Yeah, like the thing is, you need to freaking, and and the thing is, the frequency of events has been the frequency of these shootings have been getting a bit more frequent, but there's a reason for it. These shooters, they love the attention that the press gives them. So you know a way to kind of stop it? Don't report on it as much. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying ignore these events, but what you probably have to do is, for one thing, don't name the shooter.
Yeah.
You can acknowledge the victims, but don't make the body count completely clear.
Yeah.
Because literally, it's almost like a popularity contest, these sick individuals.
Yeah. And then there's both versions of that. Both versions. Then there's the opposite spectrum where the people deny it ever existed, like the deniers.
The people that deny it ever existed. I would say, truly, the only people that need to mourn the losses from these tragic events are the victims' friends and family.
Yeah, it's like what do they call conspiracy theorists or deniers? It's like, oh, there never was a Sandy Hook thing. They are all actors. They are all actors and stuff.
Yeah, that crap was not fake, and it's really unfortunate. But still, funny thing is, immediate security, like what happened to my school, they immediately locked all the doors in my school, thinking it was providing us safety. Except they leave the front door wide open. And my school was built with an outdoor campus in mind. So now, during passing time, literally the hallways are clogged with kids moving so slowly. And God forbid an attacker entered the building through the front because it was more or less unguarded. And not to mention, freaking employing security protocols at schools and freaking even businesses, that doesn't usually work because attackers at these establishments are usually people that go there all the time. So they know what security measures are in place.
Yeah.
And like what I was building at is that whole situation at my school, God forbid an attacker actually did enter back then. If that attacker came in during passing time, it would be like taking a lawnmower to grass. Like, you're just setting up for something even worse, all because you don't know how to handle it. Really unfortunate, but... I don't know, but...
I should wrap this up soon. Alright.
MarioTube said he would BRB. I really wanted him to come back because I wanted to hear both of you. I wanted to do these test answers for kids and to end on a bit of a funny note.
Let's see.
In case anyone didn't notice, I am back.
Oh.
I just got back.
You just got back, huh?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so can I read these funny test answers that kids put?
Sure. What's the subject?
Alright, so the subject is funniest answers kids put on tests, or whatever.
Okay.
So essentially, you get a lot of smart-ass kids that sometimes don't know how to answer a question, or they're just being innocent little kindergartners answering things in their own special way. like, you know, they're curious, they're learning. So sometimes they might just say the most perfect or the most wrong thing.
Wow.
So I have a whole list here. So here we go. Number 1, how would you make a marriage work?
What the fuck? That's a test question?
For a kindergartner?
Or homework assignments. I don't know what grade this is in, because some of these are middle school, some of these are high school, some of these could be elementary school, but here's the answer the kid put. Tell your wife she looks pretty, even if she looks like a dump truck.
That's true. That's true for.
Oh no, I know this one.
That's true for any situation. That's true for. That is true. Because she will
Draw
beat you
a
up.
picture of what you will look like in 100 years. In 100 years, I will be blank years old. The kid literally wrote a tombstone of himself with his name on it.
Good.
Good.
I don't think these aren't that funny. To me, they seem more realistic answers.
Oh, okay. Fill in the solutions. Read each of the problems and come up with a solution for each one. Problem: you fell on the playground and scratched your knee. Solution: get up and deal with it.
Damn.
All right.
Get up.
All right. Why are there rings on Saturn? Because God liked it, so he put a ring on it.
I think I heard that one before.
And then the teacher's response: Saturn was not a single lady.
Ah! That's amazing.
The teacher's answer is funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So a kid decided to write a letter for his teacher when she ended up being sick a day. Dear Mrs. Clark, I heard you did not feel good. That's what the kid wrote.
Good.
Well, when that happens, here's a trick to learn. Just go poop. I am not kidding. It works with me every morning. I felt bad. So just remember, when you feel bad, the first thing you do is poop.
Yeah, not like kindergarten. Not like kindergarten answer. I hope so. I hope the kindergarten answer, not like a high school answer.
That pretty much was a kindergarten answer.
Like,
now, name the quadrilateral, and there's like a whole bunch. There's like a square, you got a rhombus, you got a rectangle, parallelogram. The kid writes in, he names the square Bob. He names the rhombus Sam. Like, he gave these freaking quadrilaterals actual human names.
Wow.
Now it's getting funnier.
Alright. Miranda can't see anything when she looks down her microscope. Suggest one reason why not. She's blind. And the teacher X's it off saying, nice try.
That reminds me of, I think I told this joke before, it reminds me of a joke I heard about the deaf frog.
Oh god.
She's blind.
Okay, well, if you can tell my joke real fast. I might tell it before, but I'll tell it again. Alright, there's this frog who came in and told the frog to jump. It jumped. The scientist cut off one leg. The frog the frog still jumped, a little half-hander. Cut off another leg. The frog jumped a little bit, but barely. Cut off his third leg. The frog jumped. The frog jumped on his one, like kind of hopped on his one leg a bit. The frog cut off his fourth. The guy cut off the frog's fourth leg. The guy said jump. The frog didn't jump. The scientist said, "All right, cut off all 4 legs. Frog goes deaf."
Wait, cut off all 4 legs, then what?
The frog goes deaf.
Deaf.
He can no longer jump when he said jump.
Oh my god.
That makes no sense to me.
Alright, so...
Like...
I'll take it again.
Is...
The guy, the scientist told the frog to jump, and the frog jumped. He cut off each of his legs, and the frog still jumped a little bit. Cut off all 4 legs, until he can no longer jump. So he said the frog must be deaf.
And that it can't hear.
I mean,
I don't know, but...
I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of stupid.
Exactly.
Alright, so...
That's the point? The point's to be stupid? God
write
damn
an
it.
example of a risk. This. Yeah, literally all the kid wrote down was this.
I love it.
This question's a risk. Oh, in a word, describe school. In all caps and big lettering. Hell.
Yes! Yes! Yes.
All
Yes, all the yes.
Where was the American Declaration of Independence signed? At the bottom.
Ha!
That's
At
a
the
common
bottom.
one I see.
Yes.
I earn money at home by... I don't. I am a freeloader.
Jesus.
Okay. How many days are in a week? 7. How many months are in a year? 12. Is this number even or odd? 68. Even. How do you know? Because I'm smart.
Nice. When you get fed up with someone constantly asking why. Because I'm smart, okay?
I'm a genius, that's why. Not all of them?
No, there's more. If I am late for class, I will walk into class and comment on Mr. Thomas's mustache. Mr. Thomas will blush and say thanks.
What? Wow.
That's how I get down. Oh god, that's how we get down being late for class. Wait a minute. You're late.
Which is the best estimate for the length of a football? 1 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, or 8? The kid marked off 1 foot and wrote ball next to foot.
What?
Oh my god. Oh, this one. What do you think this is an essay question pretty much. It has a whole bunch of lines. What do you think is the best solution to overpopulation? Support your argument with examples. The Hunger Games.
Wow.
Avengers. No.
Oh no. We have this shitty looking kindergarten maze, and literally it says, guide Davy Bones to his treasure.
I'm sorry, Davy Bones?
Yeah, it's a freaking dog with an eye patch.
What the fuck?
Instead of drawing a line through the maze, like literally the maze is structured to where the dog is on the top left corner and the treasure is right beneath it. So the kid just drew a line from the dog straight to the treasure instead of going through the maze.
X marks the spot, I guess.
Or it sources between 2 ones in a straight line.
Oh, we have this one here. Imagine that you lived at the same time as Abraham Lincoln. What would you say to him or ask him? I'd tell him to not go to a play, ever.
Wow.
So a kid needed to get a parent's permission, a parent's signature on a homework assignment. Frickin' the kid just wrote mom in his/her own handwriting.
Wow.
Alright, then here's a science question. The first cells were probably lonely. Alright. What ended in 1896? 1895.
Good.
Name 6 animals which live specifically in the Arctic. 2 polar bears, 4 seals. Because 3 is written there, but it's crossed out and replaced with 4.
Question.
What?
Are these all your answers from your elementary school, Snick?
No. Even I wasn't this clever to put down these freaking answers. Alright, so, extra credit question. What is the strongest force on Earth? Like, forces like gravity and such. What is the strongest force on Earth? Love.
Yeah, right.
Alright. The difference between 180 and 158 is 22. Explain how you found your answer in problem 4. Math.
My brain.
Oh, I think my mom should do less of this. Drink wine, and it shows like this stick figure drawing of the mom holding a wine glass.
Wow.
Oh no. So this is a freaking finish the sentence thing. Freaking, it shows this drawing. So, first question is, the man can run, and you see a picture of a man running, and your chances are rub, run, and rug. Then you see a freaking photo of a man holding a newspaper up to a dog. Your options are the man hits the dog or the man fits the dog. Freaking the kid put pet the dog, and underneath it said you should not hit dogs. Which is true, but
Wrong.
that goes to show you a messed up answer that would have been freaking the right answer is messed up.
Yeah.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. I guess that's a song.
What? You don't know that song?
No.
What?
Alright. 2 + 2 = 4. I can do meth.
I can do meth?
Yeah, it says meth, not math. Oh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're telling me.
What did you learn about Earth Day that you did not already know? In what situation might this new information be useful? I did not know Earth Day was in April. It might be useful in a trivia game.
Huh. Yeah.
Oh no! This one. Oh god, SJWs would not like this one. What do we call the science of classifying living things? Racism.
What?
I don't know.
Say that again?
What do we call the science of classifying living things? The kid responded, racism.
Oh.
Alright. So now, this is like a math test. Draw a shape. Draws a circle. What's your favorite hue? As in hue of colors? What is your favorite hue? The kid answers, Jackman.
No, I don't get it.
The actor who played Wolverine in the X-Men movies, Hugh Jackman.
Oh.
Freaking the answer was marked wrong when the teacher responded clever.
Huh.
Alright. Oh no! So, the diagram below best illustrates, so you have freaking you have a photo of two giraffes that are tall enough to eat leaves off a tree and one giraffe that's not tall enough. The next photo is that one short giraffe dead, and then the third photo is freaking the giraffe being nothing but a skeleton.
Well,
the diagram below best illustrates A, Lamarck's theory of evolution, B, Darwin's theory of evolution, C, Malthus's principles, or D, Lyell's theory about past changes. The kid put E, giraffes are heartless creatures. What the hell? I don't know this one. It's like a freaking illustration of a freaking coffee cup spilling. I can't say that. Oh! Expand this equation. A plus B to the n power.
never heard of expand the question. I've
Like,
heard...
essentially, you expand it out. Like, the A plus B are in commas, so you have to, like, expand it out outside the commas. Like, I forgot how to do that. Literally, all the kid did was space the A plus B to the n power freaking farther and farther apart.
Well,
Basically. Oh! Oh! Can a man still reproduce with only one testicle?
let me guess.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Girls
Fucking
don't find
knew
that
they were gonna
shit
say it.
attractive.
Whoa!
That's what the kid answered. He got half a point on that, and the freaking teacher said, "Nice try."
Wow.
Oh no. Freaking on the paper, it's a spelling test as a 91, but apparently the kid put a note saying, don't touch this point here, and he circled the point on there. Don't touch, it's snot. It fell from my nose.
What?
Apparently, some of the kid's boogers fell on the paper, and the kid put a note saying that for the teacher not to touch it. What do you like most about your teacher? Boobs.
Whoa! Wow.
Oh my god. Opposites. Death is the opposite of live. Hopeless is the opposite of hopeful. Tolerance is the opposite of intolerance. Careful is the opposite of careless. Pro is the opposite of noob.
Okay.
The teacher had no idea what this kid was talking about. The teacher put a question mark.
Wow.
What's the highest frequency noise that a human can register? Mariah Carey. Apparently, and then another one's just a crude drawing of Buzz Lightyear. Oh my god! So this kid had a spelling test. The kid got all but one word wrong. He spelled all but one of the words wrong. You all know the one word he got right?
What?
Illiterate.
Wow. So he got all the words wrong, but illiterate?
Yep.
How?
And then, I don't know.
You've been told you're illiterate too many times.
What the fuck? So, freaking, the question is, women should periodically have a test performed to detect cervical cancer. Which letter indicates the cervix in the diagram below? And it shows like a freaking part of the... And it shows part of like the female... it shows part of like the female body that this refers to. Literally, the kid just drew a freaking cat around the diagram. With the diagram itself being the cat's freaking nose.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, unfortunately. Oh my god. Would you want to swim with the boy in this water and you see a boy freaking standing on a freaking pier where you see trash in the water? The kid answers no. Explain your answer. No, because there's trash in the water and he's chubby. Oh my god. The teacher highlighted the freaking trash in the water part, but then freaking said that the chubby part was not very nice. Which it isn't. Oh no! Title. I guess this kid was writing freaking stuff. This kid had to write sentences with the word account. The kid misspells account with only one C. And then in the sentence, he literally uses the C word instead of account.
Wow.
I'm not even, like, I don't want to say the C word.
How many more? It's a lot more if there is. We can continue this in that episode.
There's not too much more.
Because I only get...
Like, I have a C word instead of saying account.
Yeah, I think I get what it is.
Oh my god. Is this boy sad or glad? You see the boy injured on the bike? Freaking the freaking girl put a third answer saying ugly, and then she put ugly in all caps in the freaking blank space. The teacher got really pissed off and wrote on the freaking test, "Enough is enough, Judy."
Damn.
Okay. Alright, that's actually this. I wanted to find one. No, I wanted to find one that had some of the other smart-ass ones that I remember. Alright, let's see. Oh my god. You are to assume the role of a Chinese immigrant in 1870 and write a letter home describing your experiences. Your letter should include the following: your contributions and experiences in the West. The kid actually wrote a whole bunch of Chinese characters. Like he was actually writing in Chinese. At first glance, it looks like this kid is really intelligent and wrote a really good response in Chinese. Except someone who can actually read Chinese would tell you that literally all he did was use random Chinese symbols that comes out as incoherent gibberish.
Wah, wah, wah.
Briefly explain what hard water is. Ice.
Yeah.
Solve the equation. You have 1 over n sine x equals what? The kid crosses out the n's. The n in sine and the n that's in the fraction with the 1. Literally, he writes the answer as 6. Because he combines the SI and sine with x. Oh no! Some atoms share electrons and become more stable. Describe a situation... Huh?
No, I don't.
Describe a situation in which people share something and everyone benefits.
Cookies.
Communism.
Oh, damn you.
That's what the kid answered.
I think I'm gonna say cookies.
Oh, no.
Communism.
Then we have a triangle. You have 3 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and you're asked to find the centimeters of the remaining side, which is X. Find X. The kid circles X and puts a note saying, "Here it is."
God. Best answer ever.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
Say and write. This is a kindergarten thing from 2006, it looks like. Basically, you have to fill in the letter for certain animals. You have cow, bird, cat, dog, fish, fuck.
God
Literally, over the image of a duck, he put the letter F instead of D. And the teacher obviously crossed it off and put the D instead of the F.
How long is this gonna go for?
Yeah, I gotta wrap this up soon. I gotta work at my projects now. I gotta work at my projects now. Everybody's caught up.
Oh my god! No, it's almost done. It's almost done.
Only more.
Only a couple more, because on the second article there's a lot of repeats. What happens during puberty to a boy? He says goodbye to his childhood, enters adultery. Tony practices the piano 20 minutes every day. Effect, he is a big nerd. Oh, here's my favorite one. Here's probably one of my favorite ones that I was really upset my cousin didn't laugh at it because, well, my cousin doesn't laugh at anything I say. The water of the Earth's oceans stores a lot of heat. An engineer designed an ocean liner that would extract heat from the ocean's water at TH equals 10 degrees Celsius, or 283 degrees Kelvin, and reject heat to the atmosphere at T1 equals 20 degrees Celsius, or 290 degrees Kelvin. He thought he had a good idea, but his boss fired him. Explain. The answer? Because he slept with his boss's wife. He slept with his boss's wife.
Wow. Well, that's one way to get fired, I guess.
Okay. Unscramble the words to make a sentence about each sentence. Is pen in go my The actual sentence is meant to be my goat is in a pen. The kid writes my penis in a goat.
Let's not have bestiality in these Christian servers, please.
Fucking bestiality. A fucking goddamn kid answer.
Hey, save the best answer for last.
Oh my
god. To go off on.
Let's see. Alright, there's 2 more. Explain the phrase free press. This was from a British test. When your mum irons trousers for you. Oh no. What are 2 types of sex cells? Eggs and sperm. Okay, that's what the kid answered. During what stage do chromosomes line up in the middle of the cell? You know what the kid answers? It's a secret. And then the teacher responds, no way.
What?
Alright, well, I want to keep this going. If I find more, I could say more, but...
So, what have we learned today? We've learned kids are hilariously stupid.
Aren't we all?
We've also learned that don't read comments on a job board.
Yeah, don't read comments on a job board ever. All it's gonna do is dishearten you.
We've
When
learned.
in fact, there's careers out there for everyone. You just need to know the right people to talk to. Like, even if you have to go back to school and talk to their alumni services, there's always a way.
We've learned that games are coming out either on ROMs or remakes.
What? No way.
Like the Phoenix Wright series.
Well, not exactly.
And we've learned that Cosby's going away for a long, long time. Or 10 years at least.
A long, long time.
So, join at least me this Saturday as I come up with new topics to talk about. And as I go on, as I get making videos again, remember, we also learned that cartoons nowadays can't tackle serious subjects.
No, they can't. At least not most of them. Like, I've still said that freaking... Not counting the Samurai Jack Season 5, I can count all the cartoons of the 2010s I liked on one hand.
Yeah. So, never stop learning, enjoy the randomness, and if you just do it, things will turn out okay. See you Saturday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Meryl.